P6 period. This is us continuing again. We cut off the beginning part. Hey, I would expect nothing less from our class. So my goal is to pass along advice to you today. When I did the conversation with my class years ago, when I first told that story about me getting arrested, it was this conversation I was wanting to have today, was the one that my other classes asked me to have. I spent my year, when I taught you guys this past year, trying to earn your trust. I wanted to earn your trust as teacher, as adult, as person in the classroom, and I was hoping that it would happen over the course of the year. If you're trying to be distracting, it's working. Again, this is where I try to be nice, and you guys make it a little tough on me at times. And so, my telling of stories last week was to try to further earn trust from you. Let's do this. End of the year, I like teaching. I like being in the classroom, even on the days where you guys drive me nuts, and I'll be honest, in this class, you guys drove me nuts a number of times this year, including today, when I sit down and, Diana, I'm going to put you out of the room. That's my last warning to you. You cannot talk. Understand? Today is a me talking day, not a you talking day. I'm normally patient. We're getting to the end of it. Diana.
Do you like cat balloons?
I apologize for calling on you. So, my goal with today is to pass along that advice to you. With this one, I've also learned that today does not hit every kid the same. The advice and information I pass along will hit different kids depending on the life you've led and the life that you've had up till now. Some of you guys have had more stress, more drama, more anxiety, more trauma in your life than others, and in that case, this probably hits you guys a little bit harder. Others of you guys have not had as tough as a life, and so today may not hit you guys as much. There is every chance for some of you, today means almost nothing. And it'll just be a day where you sit there and wonder why other kids are reacting. Well, you just stare at me, which is perfectly fine. If today doesn't hit you at all, so be it. I simply ask that you allow me to get through it for the kids who it does have an impact on. To give you a little bit more background on myself, so you have an idea of where I come from. I told you the stories about me getting arrested, and those were the 3 darkest moments of my life, but that was not all of me. I've realized that over the years, kids tend to assume that the teacher you see in front of the classroom is sort of who they always were. And I wanted you to make sure you knew that's not true with me. The version of me that you see in the classroom is not the me when I was younger. It is not the me I was growing up. In junior high, I was the shy, quiet kid that sat in the back of the room and never talked and did not want to interact with anybody. The idea of giving a speech or talking would have mortified me, but we change over time. So as an example, I come from hardship and I come from challenges. My birth father, when I was 7 years old, left. And was just gone. Him and my mom divorced, and after the divorce, he decided that he didn't want to have anything to do with me. So I have not seen my birth father since I was 7. He's still alive, still lives in New Jersey, still doesn't come and talk to me. I grew up with alcoholism in my family. Not my parents, but my grandparents who lived down the street from us, who I saw all the time, were horrible alcoholics, like to the point where it killed my grandfather, and it was to the point growing up where I could not invite friends over to my house when my grandparents were there because of having to deal with their behavior. I dealt with drugs and jail because of not me, but my uncle, who was a cocaine addict and in and out of jail for that, and marijuana, and you have to wait till the end. And so I grew up with that. I grew up with abuse in my family, not from my mom and dad, but from outside spots. I tell you that so that you understand that I don't come from a place where everything was perfect. I don't come from a background or a life where I had that perfect home life. I came from struggle. Why that's important is because I want you to understand that you can also do the same thing. If I was able to overcome my struggles, you are also able to overcome yours. Whatever your struggles may be, and they are different than whatever I went through, but I want to be able to help you get past some of these dark parts in your life. And I listen. When I keep telling you guys that I'm old but not deaf, and I listen to you guys talk in my room, I hear what kids talk about. I hear it in the hallways. I hear it when kids sit in my room after school and talk to me. I know I have 7th graders who are going through home life issues this year. I know I have kids who are struggling in one form or another. I know I have students this year who have trauma and have anxiety and have stress and have things that they have to deal with. That's who I'm trying to help today. That's who I want to reach out to, because I know what it's like to come from a childhood of stress and trouble. Now, not all of you have that. Some of you guys have a good home life. Some of you guys don't have stress and anxiety. Some of you guys have 2 parents at home who interact with you, and you have parents at home that tell you how much they love you. You have parents at home that hug you on a regular basis. You have parents at home that are involved with your homework. You have parents that are involved with your life, that go to your sporting events, go to your choir concerts. You have good things in your life, and that is okay. It's okay to have those things. And if that is you, I'm glad. I'm really happy for you. And you should not feel ashamed, and you should not feel upset about it. But here's the tough part. You have to understand that there are kids sitting next to you in this room, kids sitting next to you in your other classes who have struggles, who have other things going on in their life where school is not the important thing. There are kids who are going through things at home that make life a lot tougher. I know you guys count down school days until we get to summertime, but I have students who sit in my room after school and cry because they don't want summertime, because they don't want to be at home, because home is not a happy place for them. Home is a place with parents that are mean to them. Home is a place where they constantly have to work to keep track of all the younger siblings. Home is not a place to play video games and relax. Home is a place of unhappiness. I have students who go through that. You have classmates who sit next to you and go through that. What I ask of you is one of the toughest things you're ever going to have to do. And I ask it of you because I have high hopes for you. And it's one of 2 things, depending on which kid you are. If you are the kid that this does not connect to, if you are the kid that has the decent home life where you don't have anger and you don't have anxiety and you don't have those issues at home, then my request to you is understand that there are people around you who are struggling, and that there are people around you who look at you with jealousy, that there are people around you who don't have what you have, and it's not easy for them. They lash out. You want to know where bullies come from. You want to know where mean people come from. You want to know where anger comes from. It comes from that. Think about whatever time you've ever been jealous of another kid because they have a bigger house, or they have a pool in their backyard, or their parents drive a nicer car, or they have better clothes than you. Think about that little spark of jealousy you have where you are envious of that other kid, and then realize there are kids who live every day of their life being envious because you have 2 parents at home, who are envious because you have people at your house who love you, who are envious because you have parents that accept you for who you are. That envy is not easy for a kid at 12 and 13 to handle. A 12 and 13-year-old doesn't know how to handle that pain. They don't know how to accept the fact that their home life sucks when yours doesn't. So they lash out. They're mean. Because when you are full of jealousy and envy, you don't know how to handle it, and you are mean to other people. No kid is born mean. No kid is born a bully. I've taught a long time, and I've yet to meet a kid that was born that way. I've yet to meet a kid that is not a bully because of how they were raised, who is not a bully because of something that has happened to them at home. So here's the tough thing I ask of you. Here is the impossible task I put in front of you. When that kid is mean to you, when that kid makes your life awful, when that kid bullies you, know that they are having a tough time also. Know that their life is not better than yours. They are not attacking you. They're attacking themselves. The toughest thing you can do is forgive them. The toughest thing you can do is be nice to someone who is mean to you. Because if they're being mean to you, they are dealing with something. There is some kind of issue in their life they don't know how to handle, and it's real easy to be mean back to that person. It's real hard to be nice to them. And if you are that kid who is struggling, if you recognize that this is aimed at you and some of these things are in your life, here's my request to you. Be stronger than the trauma in your life. Be stronger than the awful things that have happened to you. Know that you can rise above it. Know that you can define who you are without that trauma, without that anxiety, without that stress in your life. When it is tempting to lash out and be mean at someone else, find a way to fight against it. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, anybody would do it. That's why I ask it of you, to reach above that and that be that better person. When you guys look around school and you see kids that you think are bad people, when you see kids that are mean and who are jerks, realize that those kids grow up to be adults. When I was a kid, I always thought that adults had it figured out, that parents were good people, and that at some point, the kid that was screwed up in school would figure out life and not become a screwed up adult. Turns out, that's not how it works. Those kids you see in your classes, the ones that you see getting in trouble, the ones you see that have trauma and have issues, they grow up to be adults that have trauma and have issues. They grow up to be adults that have kids. That's why those kids have issues, because the adults have issues. Now, here's one of the scariest things I can tell you. Some of your parents are those adults. Some of your parents are those screwed up people. They don't mean to be. They don't necessarily want to be, but your parents are human. And sometimes parents aren't always making the best choices, and sometimes parents screw up. And it makes life tough. And if you are one of those kids who is living with trauma, who is living with divorce, living with alcoholism, living with abandonment and your parents not being there, or whatever it is, and you are forced to grow up faster than other kids have to, don't let that define you. Don't let that trauma determine who you are. You figure out who you want to be. You figure out what path you want to be on, and you determine it. Don't let the adults in your life and don't let the trauma in your life be the thing that controls you. I've realized this year in my room that my classroom seems to be a place that kids are attracted to, that kids come to. It seems to be a place of, safety, a happy place. It seems to be that place that kids come to, which is why in my room I strongly am against you guys attacking each other. It's why I try to crush it whenever I see it, because I don't want any kid to ever feel uncomfortable in my room. I don't want any kid to ever be in my room and not feel welcomed. And if you attack a kid in my room, that gives someone a chance to not feel welcome in their one place. And I know I have kids who come to school and they spend all day around adults that are mean to them. They spend all day around adults who treat them like kids, adults who harass them about missing work, adults who give them a hard time. And I have kids where this room is the only place where they feel happy, that this room becomes the only place where they feel comfortable. And I never want to take that away from a kid. I never want to rob somebody of that ability to feel happy in a place. So let me ask you guys this. For those of you who are happy in my room, for those of you who enjoy being in my room, if this has been a happy place for you, if this has been a safe place for you, why? I don't mean to yell it out loud, but why? Why is it my room? What about this place works for you? Is it my personality? Is it, you don't have to answer, Diana, but thank you. Is it the feeling comfortable? Is it the finding happiness? Is it the not being judged? Is it the ability to be yourself? So here's my question to you. Whatever it is about my room that you like, whatever it is about this place that attracts you, why can't you do that in your life? Why can't you be the person in your life who spreads happiness, who spreads joy? Why can't you be the person that makes other people feel comfortable? Why can't you be the one that makes other people smile? I'm not special. I'm not any better than any one of you. I was shy, quiet kid in 7th grade who didn't talk, who one day decided that being shy and quiet wasn't the best way to get ahead in life. So I decided to try talking. But that doesn't make me any better than you. It doesn't mean what I do is something that you can't do. If you want to give me a present, if you want to make my life better, be a better version of you. That's why I teach. It's why I'm in the classroom. It's why I enjoy what I do. Is I love watching you guys become better versions of you. All of you, from the beginning of 7th grade till now, are better people. Like, I've watched you mature. I've watched your personalities develop. I've watched you become the people that you are, and I've enjoyed it. I like this 6th period. You guys have driven me nuts at times. You guys talk over me at times. You guys sometimes don't put effort into things. But don't get me wrong. You guys are good kids. Hands down, you guys are smarter than you guys give yourself credit for. You are better kids than you guys give yourself credit for. And I have high hopes for you. Here's where the problem comes in. And it's not a big problem, but I have a worry. 4 years ago, I almost quit teaching. I had a really bad year of kids. And I was honest. I didn't lie to the kids. I talked about them through the year in the fact that it's the current group of sophomores. And I told them they were individually, they were nice kids. They would come and talk to me in the passing period, and I liked every one of them. But as a group, they encouraged each other to be mean. I had never had a group be as sexist and racist and mean to each other and downright awful as they would be, and they would all attack each other and they would bring each other in. And I, for me, didn't want to keep teaching if that was how kids were. And I didn't want to keep doing what I was doing if there was that much hatred and anger in the world. And I had a conversation with my students at the end of that year, and I told them that I was thinking about leaving teaching because of, and I wasn't putting the behavior on them, but maybe it was time for me to leave. Maybe my role as a teacher was over because I don't want to teach if I'm no longer having an impact on kids. My teaching is not English. My teaching is watching you guys become better people. And that year, I didn't feel like I was making kids better people. And they convinced me otherwise. And they talked to me, and they said to give it another year. And I did, and it got better. And I'm really glad I did, because I'm here today with you guys. And that's what brings me to my worry. You guys are good. Like, hands down, one of my best years of teaching I've had in 26 years. And you guys may have issues at times, but if I took any one of you and dropped you into one of my previous years of teaching, you'd be a top student in any one of those years. And it's just because you guys are surrounded by so many good kids, it makes it easier for you to fade into the background. But here's the thing. There's a lot of anger and there is a lot of hatred in the world right now. And it only changes because of you guys. It's not going to change because of old people. It only changes because of you. But it only changes if you guys make that choice to make the world a better place. And that's why I'm worried. Because as good as you guys are, and as much potential as I see in you, I also see the fact that when you don't read, when you don't want to learn, when you guys embrace not being smart, it allows other people to define you. It allows adults to control who you are. And there are adults in this world who do not have your best interest in mind. There are adults in this world who will try to use you, and I don't want that for you. I need you to be strong. I need you guys to rise above all of that.
Stop.
I would agree. Sorry, I only have a few minutes left, and I have so many different things I'm trying to say.
I have a scab
My
in my nose.
role as a teacher in this year has been different things for different kids. For some of you guys, my room was just a place for you to be happy. That you guys just needed a place where you could smile. Sometimes you could enjoy English, and it could be a place that brought you joy. I'm fine with that. For others of you, you needed a role model. You needed someone that you could look up to. For others of you, you needed a trusted adult. And I've had kids who have come to talk to me. I'm fine with that too. Whatever role I played for you this year, and I don't know the role I played for all of you, I will tell you, my involvement in your life ends when you choose it to end. I will be involved in your life until you no longer want me in your life. If that ends tomorrow, that's fine. For some of you, it ends today. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll never see you again after the end of today. But if you want to see me, I will be here. I never shut my door on a past student. Whether you come back and see me through email, whether you come back and see me through a student square message, whether it's through social media messages, or you come back and see me in person, I won't turn you away. I don't believe in it. If you take the time to come back and see me, I will be here for you. Know that you have an adult that believes in you. Know that you have an adult that sees the best in you. Know that you have an adult that wants you to be the best version of you. And it might not be this year, it might not be next year, it might not be until high school when you have that moment and today's talk makes sense to you, or you feel a need to come back and talk to me. And regardless of what you think our interaction or relationship has been this year, I guarantee you, I think higher of you than you think I do. That I see you in a better light than you think I see of you. Because I see goodness in you. I see goodness in every single one of you, even when you struggle. There's the good there. I just don't know if that's the path you're going to follow. The reason I told you guys these stories is not for you not to make those choices, is not for you to never make a poor choice, because you are. You're human. You are going to screw up. You are going to make a mistake at some point in these next few years where you feel like you cannot recover from it. Whether it is with a boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it is with drugs, whether it's with alcohol, with your parents, something is going to happen where you do not feel that you can recover from it. That is why I told you my stories. That is why I showed you the dark part of my life, so that you understand when you hit that low point, it is not the end, that you can recover from it. You just need to find the person that will help get you there. If it's not me, that's fine. Find that person that you trust. Find that friend that you trust and turn to them. As you guys go on from my class today, I want to say thank you for this year. It really made me enjoy teaching with the personality of each one of my classes. And I enjoyed this class and what was going into it. And all of the many issues that may exist. Every once in a while, I forget I'm teaching junior high, and you guys remind me, and it makes things just that better.
Cat balloon pop.
Thanks, 6th period. That's for you.
Cat balloon.